Anyone who has watched the India-England series so far will agree that Jasprit Bumrah is perhaps the most valuable player in the Indian team at the moment. In the second test match, on a pitch that was favouring the batters, Jasprit Bumrah was just unstoppable. In an extraordinary spell of bowling, he tormented the English. The Yorker that got Ollie Pope is now part of the Bumrah story. He got Joe Root, then Ollie Pope, and all of a sudden, India was in the driver's seat. 6 wickets, and Jasprit Bumrah made sure that India had a match-winning lead. And even in the second innings, just before lunch on day 4, he picked up Johnny Bairstow and made sure that India went into lunch believing that the match was theirs. And just as Tom Hartley was trying to put together a partnership with Ben Foakes, it was Bumrah yet again. 5 balls that set up Ben Foakes. The 6th was a 20-kilometer slower delivery that completely outfoxed the batter. Foakes committed early. Bumrah stayed low knowing that he had his man and easily pouched the chance. And when Anderson and Hartley were prolonging the wait, it was Bumrah yet again with a beautiful ball to close out the match and level the series 1-1. Justly the player of the match after 2 extraordinary bowling performances, celebrating Jasprit Bumrah.
Jasprit Bumrah is a wonderful bowler. Very, very different than any other fast bowlers I've seen. Very, very unorthodox, but highly effective.
There has been some talk about resting Bumrah in Rajkot. If you've seen the first 2 test matches, India will do so at their own peril. The most impressive bowler on view has been Bumrah, and that too by a mile. Even if we keep in mind Ravi Ashwin, one has to say that so far it has been Bumrah who has taken the lead with the ball for India. With the series poised 1-1 and with key players like Virat Kohli continuing to miss, Bumrah will yet again be the spearhead for Rohit Sharma and also be the leader on the park. Ian Bishop had said to us that the one reason why India perhaps lost the WTC final and the World T20 in Australia was Jasprit Bumrah not being there. The return of Bumrah made it evident that in the 50-over World Cup, India was a force to reckon with. And now in this England series, he has been stellar. So to rest Bumrah could well be a huge mistake. We've got to see what India does, but suffice to say that he's one of his kind. The best ever fast bowler perhaps that India has ever produced. Celebrating, as we said, Jasprit Bumrah.
Well, I think if you're talking the WTC, you're probably thinking, have all the requisite players been available at critical points in time? You can perhaps look at ideal preparation. When they played New Zealand, New Zealand were playing a test series in England just prior to that. Australia had been in England for a longer period prior to that. So those are 2 critical things, especially if you're going to do this sort of final and championship in the UK. That's a place you have to acclimate yourself in a better capacity for leading up to that. When it comes to the white ball formats, I think they needed a little bit of tweaking in the shortest format, more dynamism, more aggressive leadership. Jasprit Bumrah missing for so much of a period of time has also been a good hit. So I hope that Jasprit is fit and firing the next time this sort of championship comes around, because the pace bowling of India for us is going to be critical. Any team that wants to win these sorts of championships and titles have to have that depth of fast bowling, I think anyway.